I don't think we've had any video this new year. And I think we're still saying Happy New Year till end of March. So Happy New Year. Welcome to Conversations with Koi. Now, this year I had promised you that we will have interviews. Last year we didn't have interviews. And so we have our first interview today, and I'm very, very, very excited about this interview. And so I just want us to begin by welcoming our guests, who I'm very grateful to have. Thank you so much for being with us. I may have known 1 or 2, 3 things about them, courtesy of his Facebook. So he's my first friend on Facebook, so he has been reposting what she has been writing. And so by extension I've gotten to know her, and I was blessed to be their wedding. So I know a bit about them. But today I just want to introduce them. I think I give them an opportunity to introduce themselves. Mm-hmm. So I don't know who will start the introduction. Is it, how do we start it?
Well, Brian Rukenya Mageria. Mm-hmm. I'm born again, I love the Lord. And this is my lovely wife. She'll introduce herself as well. Continue.
Yeah, so I am Annie Rukenya. I am the lovely wife. Yeah, I am a pastor, a trauma healer, a chaplain, a transformational coach when it comes to issues with conflict, and I thank God for being here today.
Yeah, we're grateful.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming. Karibuni.
Thank you.
Through his reposts, I'll be able to know a bit about their story. So, of course, I know Brian from some years back. Actually, our moms were in college together.
Yes.
So, through Brian, I got to meet him. And I'm glad. I really thank God I met them, because I've learned a lot from them. And so I thought maybe it's about time I shared with other people and give them an opportunity to share with other people, because mimi nilinijenga. So, nataka penye mjengwe. So, we are going to go through a few, the stories from right from where before they met and up to where we are right now. So please just kaini hapo, if you need to take a cup of tea in this cold weather, you just take tea, grab your cup of tea, tuendelee na hii conversation. So, I don't know where to begin. I think I just want to start by tell us a bit about yourself, your upbringing and everything. As in, who is Brian? Who is the little Brian from the time you was a small baby?
Yeah, I think normal to come most of growing up boys. Interesting that when you're that small, it's like even life 2 years what began. You don't know that what you're doing now will affect what is ahead. You don't think that what will be happening now will be a memory back in those later on. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I grew up born in Kibera. We were born 3 of us, my elder brother and my twin brother. And within the first 10 years, we were just. I was one of those boys. I was after my older brother, mm-hmm. I was also the one who was also the heart of the house. Okay. So I was the bubbly one, I was the cheerful one, just like my elder brother. So we find the 3 of us. It was a chaos. Okay. I always remember we visited my cousin in Langata from where I just walked across to Langata. Mm-hmm. And I know that day my cousin was not in, but as we stayed there in the house and we went out and we played with those hanging low fruit, passion fruit. Mm-hmm. So we hung with it and we swung with it. So when the house girl was being asked, what happened? I said, it was crazy. So yeah, so in that, from that, now my dad happened to have called me. Between me and my twin bro, I had the name Superboy. Okay. That was what was named by my dad. Mm-hmm. He was older than me by 3 minutes, yeah. So
your twin was older
by 3 minutes. Yes, older than by 3 minutes. My dad called him Blue Boy. He was more chilled.
Yeah. The guy was too weird.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's how I grew up. I grew up very bubbly. My uncles would I have a set of uncles also twins, okay. From my mom's side. Yeah. And not very elderly from us guys. So they brought us up in Kibera because they also had a house in Kibera. Okay. And so they loved our company, we loved their company, and that's how we grew up. So, but at 10 years, I lost my twin brother. He to an accident, yeah. So he passed on. And I can't. I always hear my uncle tells me, because my uncle has seen me grow up. He told me that from that incident, I picked up Blue Boy. So the Superboy chilled to become a Blue Boy.
So after the incident, you just
yes,
chilled?
Just chilled.
You chilled and you picked it up, not
yes.
just the one who continued being a group.
Chilled guy.
Okay.
And I remember all that, through studying in secondary. I remember just pausing and just listening to guys making fun and not just listening.
What class were you at this time when you lost your brother?
10, 4.
Class 4.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty young.
Yeah, it really hit me hard. It was one of those things that I never moved on for a very long time.
I can imagine, because I hear, I don't know, you are, I mean, your brother was a twin, you would tell me, I mean, before even when they were alive, what was the connection like, just the two of you? Because I hear twins are very, very much connected. So when you lose a twin, it must be, generally losing a sibling or anyone who was twin is very painful. But I can imagine with a twin, it was really a blow.
Yeah. Our personality was interesting because I used to fight him a lot. I remember one of those days I used to fight him, and my elder brother's one would be on his side. So I was like, why are you on his side? So we always fight. I remember even in school they would put us, when I went to school those days when not that I'm not old. used to do half day. You went to that school, we used to do half day.
I'm not sure.
It was half day. So I think they told us he has to come in the morning shift.
Oh, it was that bad?
Yeah, at 1, we line up as we wait for the class to end. Then they walk out as we've lined up. We say high five, then I enter the afternoon class.
And were you guys identical?
Yeah, totally.
So at that time you would be coming in for the other class instead?
We did get that.
You did get there? Okay.
He was, I can't even tell much of his conversation with him. He was very chilled. He used to be totally chilled. I mean, there was one who was initiating things, but he was just easy. But he was very smart as well, because he used to beat me in class. He was very good. Yeah, so, but that was growing up, and that changing of my personality, maybe it would double in me looking for friends who have the same name as him. Yeah, because I remember Jeff's all over through my growing up. Jeff somebody, everywhere. I left some traces of Jeff's. I don't look, they just come and they just come. You just bond, yeah. And so it made me somebody who was, if you are keen, if you're my friend, I would share this experience with you. I would, and so my elder brother, him, because when it happened, the accident, he was not around. So when he came back from that trip, that's when he heard what had happened. And for him, it was hard for him. But interesting enough, we've never sat in the elder brother to talk about it.
All those years?
All those years, we never talked about it.
Do you feel like if you talked about it, things would be different?
Maybe.
Yeah.
But I know you need to be quite well in the same self.
So like you all just mourned in your own ways?
Everyone just mourned, yeah.
Okay.
And I think he mourned for a longer time. Or just like me, because all the way to Campbell University, some places we had friction, even high school, all that, just being brought by some experiences. So that was me as a boy. And then campus, I now became, I was like, I went out of the country, so that going out of the country gave me so much freedom. And then, none of this kind of place is India. And India, if you ever meet a guy from India, number one, you'll buy a lot of zingers.
They do. Indians take zingers.
The Kenyans who go to India, they drink a lot.
Okay.
So, and not just guys, even chicks, they do a lot. They indulge. So yes, that was the life there. And though people go to school, because I know people of my friends who have done masters and all that, even still in India. But the house parties don't stop. Yeah, there's always house party. So that's where I ended up now into my next phase of life. Now become I've done it and I'm depressed. And now I have to come back home. And so now I'm healing in the house. I'll come back home instead of going back to college. I have to heal first. I think it took me how many years to heal? Close to 3-4 years. Just healing, relapsing, starting healing again, relapsing.
I'm assuming this is somewhere
depression.
In your mid-20s towards around
early 20s.
Early 20s.
Yeah,
Okay.
Because I was out of the country for 2 years. Yeah, so I was supposed to have done 3 years. So I didn't finish up the third year. So yeah, so I came back and even had to also my journey starting with the psychiatrists, medication. So for the first time I embraced the psychiatrist. I never used to think I'm one of the people with psychiatrist. But I embraced this journey of my life, I embraced it. The psychiatrist, this time also I also turned to Christ. Yeah, so I turned to Christ and now that really helped a lot. Really helped a lot in terms of me understanding that medication is God's will as well. Nobody should write it off. Actually, I remember my psychiatrist, an elderly Mzee, and in fact he was a friend to my grandmother in Nyeri. They grew up, they're contemporaries, they grew up together. So she used to tell me, Cecilia, your grandmother, she's a good friend of mine. She used to be a good because she had passed on by that time. And she didn't take out some tablets and tells me, you see this, his were diabetic or diabetic. I have to take them daily. Then he tells me a story. Do you know Jesus one time used substance to heal? He spit on the ground, made mud, and applied it on his guys. That substance.
Yes.
Yeah, that's, that mixture has so many chemical components. That substance, he used that, and then this guy started seeing. So it told I made it so easy for me to accept that part of my life.
You know, that's very interesting. I've never looked at it that way, by the way. But well, I know the story, but there's always time, always a new revelation. Every time you read the Word of God, it's always refreshing, so there's always a revelation. Yes, I knew he spit on the ground, and he made some bad with it. And he could actually just tell the guy, be whole, or receive a recite back, but he chose to do that for a reason. Interesting, very interesting.
I loved it. I said, okay, let's start. And I've always been, I'm one of those guys, even though once in a while I'd slip into faith healing and try stopping my medication, but I relapse. So I learned the hard way that no, even this is also God's will. And now the last word that I had, so that I know I'm constant on it and even I'm just doing it. There's a place I got so wary of it. I even had to tell God personally, I'm tired. And just like he says, come to me when I was heavy laden and burdened, and I'll give you rest. He did exactly that.
Wow.
Actually, I remember that even that time is when my mom introduced me to another mentor who happened to carry that heavy load for me at that moment. And he was so instrumental because it was that moment only that I know him from. After that, we never met again.
Wow.
It was basically for that.
It was just for that purpose,
I used to tell him, I'm a burden bear.
Wow.
You'd sit with me and do some, you just listen and he just tell me more. And then he's like, he looks at me, he sees I'm uncomfortable, he asks me, can I move this? I need to be like this. Is that okay?
No, wait, what is this? He's moving?
He was sitting in a hotel, so he's holding a cup or a saucer.
Okay.
He's noticing I'm uncomfortable, then he tells me, can I move this?
What's he need?
Just empty.
Oh.
He just says, can I even move this? Are you be okay? And he finds me on my spot. And I'm like, what is this guy? Who is this guy? And we talk, and talk, he just listens and he's happy to be there. You see, he has no other business. He's there for you. Such guys, me, I don't know where they come from or where they go to.
I think that's okay, so I think it's very interesting how Christ just brings different people for a different season. And because he knows, because the word of the Lord says he knows us, and he actually knows the end from the beginning. He knows at this point I need this guy in this guy's life for a purpose, for a reason, and that season is he goes, brings another person for another season. As in, I don't know, when I hear such stories, I just see a lot of love in Christ, and even the way he still saves us, as in it's something that goes on every day, you know. It's not like that story ended at the cross and all that. So he saves us every single time.
I love it when even
time.
I love it when even Reverend Annie, she's also a reverend. Hey. she put it. She you have a series where you talk about after the cross. Yeah, she talks more about after the cross. Like it didn't just end at the cross. There's still more God Christ is following up on. Not that he's working, but just bringing them to manifestation.
Yeah.
And even the work of the cross to bring it.
The newness of life now after the resurrection.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you're right, yeah. And so I mean, for me, I felt like every prayer you make, however small it might be, God is really interested in those prayers. Seriously interested, so that he knows you are dependent on him. You see, now I have to tell him, it's heavy, medication, it's heavy.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
And immediately that thing kicked in. From that time, I've had so much peace with my medication. I remember even the last word I received from church was even that God will gonna heal me sooner than I think, and not necessarily by me giving medication. Just that's what I got.
Okay.
I remember I'm not the one who said amen, because that's what I had. Not necessarily by me giving medication, it's going to heal me. So I know, even in my process of taking medication, I might have been healed already.
Yeah, true. True.
So that's I got peace of that, and now I don't fight it. So yes, I'm on medication every night, I have an injection every month, and I'm constant on it. And but to me, that's I accepted it. When he choose that I'm out of them, it's up to him. I don't put any pressure on me anymore. I don't have to prove to anyone anything, neither to myself. I know he's in charge.
There are three things I'm picking from there. Sorry. One, there's the aspect of obedience, and in terms of, there's using the medicines. Because I know you've talked about it right now, where there are people who have been having some health issues, not necessarily have anything to do with the drug abuse or anything, but just even medicines where there's some chronic diseases and they feel. And yes, Jesus really heals people in the medicines, but as you said, he actually took the time to make this substance.
Yeah.
And so I think that's one of the things that I want to, I think it's important. This is an example where God used medicines to heal people. And it's encouraging that, it's about obedience. He can use any healing method he wants. I mean, there are people he told, go, be whole, and they were whole. I mean, there was nothing that they were given, there was no nothing. And there's that guy who the man was used.
Those who were told to dip themselves into.
Exactly. So there are many ways God can use to heal us. And so I think we don't have to necessarily put him in this box God, this is how I want you to heal me. So this is the thing. I'm not taking medicines. You're healing me. As in, by that time, you're already put in control. You're the one who's taking over the control. And it's about obedience.
Yes, obedience.
Obedience. Because those who are told to dip themselves, if they need to dip themselves, they will not have gotten whole. Those who are told that you just go, you're whole, and they did not believe it and have faith that they're whole, they will not be whole. Then the guy who was not grossed up by Jesus' matter. The guy who didn't feel dude, what are you doing with your saliva? That person, through that faith and belief in what he's doing, got healed. So I feel like it's a learning place where let's not put God in a box and dictate how we want him to answer our prayers, how you, not just healing in any way, and you accepted the route that he's giving you.
Yes. And interesting enough that it allows me to function. When every time I remember I used to have a relapse, I would tell myself, no, guy, your people need you well. I'd even tell myself, we need you well. So these are things you are fighting in your relapse, and then you find when God to know you from there, then you have a testimony. Because sometimes you feel that people are having an episode, their mind has been snatched from them or something. They can't even tell us anything about it. But there's a testimony in this. I used to talk to myself. In the relapse, I'm totally disoriented. But I talk to myself and I tell myself, we need you whole. You know, your son. We need you whole. And I'll pick my medicine and take it. Until when I'm out of it now, I know that's not where I want to be. Yeah. So yeah, it's that God uses every moment, and that's how He blesses us, becoming the God He is. Yeah. So that was Brian until now. After now that incident of falling sick, I went back to college at some point. Now, by speaking to my therapist, he told me, it opened up so much things about myself. And I learned that basically I'm not, and that's when I always wonder, okay, if that's the way it's supposed to go sour. He told me I'm not a people person. I'm better off behind the machine, in the server room, you do your machines. And so that's when I moved from, I used to do BCom, so I changed to IT.
Okay.
Yeah, so I started pursuing IT. Didn't go so much deep into it, but yes, I started pursuing IT. And so that's what I ended up doing, IT till now later when I think I studied when I was an older guy. That's when I did most of my studying.
Okay.
So until I think 27 there, that's when I went out of school. But now, I remember, even in that process, my parents were still together. My mom and my dad, they've been together for all that time, as long as we were with them. So, my dad had a what do you call it? Is it he used to do some business here and there, but they never tried. He was once employed, but he didn't keep the employment. When we were young, then he started doing biashara here and there, but none of it picked up well. So actually, we've been brought up by my mom. My mom's clinic she started a business in Naivasha, medical clinic, and that's what has brought us up, all the way from primary, secondary to high school to college. And so I've lived, and that's why now, as we continue to talk about marriage, you'll hear some parts. I used to tell my first wife that I don't want to rob my son this experience, that when a man can be, there's a time when a man can be done. If this is what's going to separate us, I'm robbing him of something very, very, very important for him to learn. And we'll get there sometime. But yes, I learned that to my dad. He was present, even in his lack. And he handled it quite with grace. He handled it with grace. We never saw him down one time, but like he didn't want to leave the house. We never saw anything like that. We saw him leaving, coming back in the evening. Pursuing politics as well. Even trying to become an MP. He was present. Okay. Regardless of how it was. I mean, and that's a man. Yeah. That's a man to me. Not that your pocket have to be filled up so that you can see you functioning. Yeah, that's what my dad. So I had that. That's my background. So, yeah.
Okay. Let me just take you back. At the point when you were going through the whole rehabilitation.
Yes.
The role of your family.
Oh.
I can imagine. Because yeah. Tell us a bit about that.
I messed my life in India. Now I'm sick there, and I was with my elder brother, so we're in the same town. Yeah. Then he comes and sees me and all that. I'm looking so sick. Then I call home. We call home and he asked me. I don't remember what question I was asked, but I think my dad asked me if I want to come back home. I said I'll come back. So I had to be there to prepare somebody who was leaving at the same time when I would be leaving, because I'll not be put on a plane alone in that condition. So I was put on a friend and I came back home together. And I remember the first thing, those are the days when people used to enter the airport.
Yeah. Remember those days?
So they enter all the way back when they see you exiting the plane. Yeah. So this is the first thing I'm seeing. I'm seeing when I just turn out like this, I'm seeing a crowd of people. These are our people.
Oh, they came. They came. They came. The same one used to escort.
They're all there.
To escort everyone. The whole time.
Everyone is like that.
Okay.
And they don't know, but maybe they were given a licking somewhere. Maybe this is something that they are trained.
Yeah.
But let me tell you the truth. If you don't get that kind of love at caregiving, it works wonders. That kind of love. And then I discovered later on when I was doing Uber, I was driving a Uber car. I used to love going to the airport so much times. But I was asking God, why do I love always coming to the airport to look for trips? Then he reminded me that part.
Oh, wow.
It's a love you saw when he came from India. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's a good one. And yes, I didn't, in my time of healing, I joined a group somewhere up Kirarapon. It was called Schizophrenia Society of Kenya, SFK. I joined that group, and I remember we in the process of joining what's something called wellness, mental wellness, and these are things I write on that page. That day I was encouraging all the caregivers how they need to give love, and I gave them my story.
Yeah.
It's awesome when your caregiver does not really put it on you. They take the burden for you. I did a lot of things that I did out when I'm not really well. I remember this day I went to church and there's a lot of preaching. I can't remember the preaching, but talked about what was this preaching? Until I went home and I burnt my clothes and my shoes. I was looking at the labels. I'm seeing the labels are the Illuminati's, do you know, I told my mom, she told me, just go to your room, I love you.
Wow.
No condemnation. I mean, to them, and that's how I thrived. There was so much love in all of it. My dad would take my hand in town, walking, we walk one, was wawili ataniambia mkono.
So what are you going to do?
Yes, you're walking hand in hand. He'd take me for prayer, to seek prayers. He never gave up on me. That day I remember we went for we went to a Catholic. There was something about the Catholic Church. Either some fathers who were really doing miracles. They were thriving in the healing ministry. Fathers. And they came to Naivasha, and I remember my dad took me to that service. And then that service, I don't know why, unless it was Easter, because we all left the church, the whole group, walked through town, and in Naivasha town, singing songs.
Yeah, that has got to be Easter.
Easter.
That can only be Easter.
Yeah. Probably that's why it was
healing.
And that's what the doubled to that healing service. Wow. And I remember that day my dad was in hand. We walked with him that whole time. Yeah, so that's what practically total love.
Okay.